And then you're just gonna, go forward. It's like when you time travel in Animal Crossing, you just set the date forward, and then all of a sudden things have happened, and that's where we're gonna be at once quarantine's over. It's gonna be nuts.
We all had such high hopes for 2020 as well, and it was
not
going badly. But now we're here.
We're skipping it.
It's
We're skipping
EU,
the year.
It's OGA Dota Pit, EU, elimination game. Beacon, get hyped. I want you at your very best for this game, okay? Because somebody is going to be crying in a few hours, all right? And we don't know who it's going to be.
I'm hyped.
Somebody's going to be crying.
There we go. I'm ready. I'm good. I'm hyped. Phoenix getting picked up first here for FlyToMoon. I give the little, LeBron James with the powder going everywhere. I just didn't have baby powder in my hands or rosin. I don't know what they use in basketball. I've never really played basketball in my life. But Venomancer Doom banned by FlyToMoon, and then Ember Clockwork banned by Viking GG. And they go Magnus first. So they pick up that Magnus. Both these teams, again, got 2-0'd because everybody who lost in the quarterfinals got 2-0'd. So it was not an easy time for anybody.
I mean, Viking really liked this Magnus yesterday, didn't they? It was something they enjoyed playing. And we saw it, was it just in game 1, I think? But I think it got banned out in game 2 by OG. So they go back to what they're comfortable with. I think the Maka is really strong at the moment. It got banned out in the first phase every time last series, I'm pretty sure. And there's a reason it got banned out, because it's very, very strong. But unfortunately, because there's only 4 bans, you have to pick your poison now in the first phase. They take out the Ember instead, which General played really well yesterday for FlyToMoon, even though they didn't win their series overall. I thought he still had a very good game impact. So they're going to go for the Phoenix first. I wonder what they pick second here, because something, I was going to say that we've been seeing this double support opening a little bit more than we used to now. But, Bane's okay. Obviously, it can, pseudo protect the egg. It's BKB piercing, which is nice. It's just a solid support hero at the moment. It's decent counter initiation as well. If the mag ever blinks into RP, if you've precast Fiend's Grip on him as well because you have vision, then it's always going to be nice. But I like this pick. I think we haven't seen enough Rubik so far this tournament. GH played it really well earlier today.
Yeah, and Rubik hasn't been picked up that much. FlyToMoon, by the way, they do have Always Want to Fly ready to play today, as his power went out before game 1. I thought that had something to do with the way that they just kind of got 2-0'd. Yeah. Maybe mentally it just kind of put a strain on them, because apparently when he was in lobby and his power went out. So I don't know if the stress was there and all of a sudden they just got a little bit tilted, because they played that game not tilted in game 1, because I think that game went really well for them. But once they lost, it's just Jesus, now we're down 1-0 and now we finally have our full roster. That kind of mentality stress can happen. And I think, they played really well in game 1. Despite the fact that LeBron was there, so
it was a close game, wasn't it?
Yeah,
up against Nigma. I think coming in on paper though, this series is really close. We were talking about it in last series. That I think if I had to choose one series today that was definitely going to go to 3 games, I would put my money on this one, because I think these two teams are very similar level.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of it is going to come down to, we talked about these early rotations, and I think the draft is going to decide a lot here as well. I thought Viking drafted okay yesterday, but I think their play was more of the problem they had. They seemed a little bit hesitant with some of the fights. They weren't very clean with a lot of their plays. So hopefully they've shored that up a bit. They would have watched the replays from yesterday, see what they've got knocking here.
Yeah, their execution really was lackluster yesterday. They just didn't have the confidence to make their moves together. It felt like when they wanted to take these 5-on-5 team fights, they were going one by one, and it just wasn't the way that that was going to win them anything here. So I don't know what they were expecting in that series when they were executing like that, but they have to execute better. FlyToMoon is no joke. They've been playing on this patch already. They're ready to go, despite the fact that they lost their 2-0 series or their series 2-0 as well. In my eyes, I would say that I think they're still the better team out of the two.
Yeah, I think ever so slightly potentially, but it is really close. Because I think Viking still have a ceiling to hit as a team. They performed really well last patch. I think they shocked a lot of people, proving they could play up against the best. And, a lot of the tournaments they lost in Viking, the only teams they lost to were Secret and Nigma, I think, most of the time. So they can play with the best. I like that The one thing I will say about this Rubik pick, by the way, for Viking is Magnus. When you pick this hero, you want to pick a hero that works well with it, right? Which is why you see this like Jug and AM banned out and things. So they had a choice there between picking the Rubik or picking a core that worked well with the mag, and they decided to go with the Rubik instead. So it'll be interesting to see what core or what carry hero they want to pick in the second phase, because something like Terrorblade is still in the pool if they really want to go for that. Because a lot of other carry heroes have been banned out here, like this AM, the Jug, the Slark, the Spectre. We are treading a thin line here with the carry heroes that are left in the pool.
I think, though, when you commit so early to, like, if they were going to take their position 1 instead of the Rubik there, when you commit so early to your 2 cores like that, it definitely opens you up to just being countered so quick. Like, obviously, you've got those 3 bands to follow it up to try and pad that, but I do find that it becomes a bit more difficult. Now they've gone to this Venge, makes that TB seem so much more likely.
It does. So FlyToMoon have to be worried about the TB, but it doesn't have to be the TB. That's the most important thing about this. And that's why I think why they were deciding what they wanted to do with the TB. They ended up banning the Morphling instead. So, like, for FlyToMoon now, they have to be like, okay, well, if we give them TB, we're not going to have the Morphling as a counter now. So do we want to pick it ourselves? Do we want to be giving it to them and having to think about what we want to play up against it? We shall see.
They go to the Brew.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
That hero is really good up against TB.
They went to the Brewmaster. Obviously, we saw that in the OG Team Nigma series. It wasn't up against the TB, but the Brewmaster didn't exactly perform that well for OG. So different story here, different team, of course. But based on what we've been seeing with the Brew, I'd like to see it play out better than it did with OG. So we'll see.
I think we're going to see more and more of this hero this patch as well.
Yeah,
I think it's really good against a lot of these cores at the moment, like especially the illusion heroes like the Naga TBPL with the Dispel. But then also it's really good against a lot of the lineups at the moment have like single cores. So like a lot of the TBs are kind of 4 protect 1. And when you have a hero like Brewmaster that can completely take one hero out of the fight with the Cyclone, like if you take out the damage source, you can kind of kill the surrounding cast first and then go back and deal with the carry hero afterwards. And I think the spell changes that it got in the patch were really nice.
You think this Brewmaster specifically, thinking that they're going to go to the TB next?
I mean, it's also just a good hero for them, but it kind of covers the potential TB pick a little bit. So it's still a decent hero overall. Because, like, again, it's this hero that if you throw Mag up in the air in the fight, they're missing all their team fight in the RP. So it's going to come down to who can get the jump first a lot of the time. Oh, that's interesting.
That's interesting because they've already got the Venge as well as the Rubik. So are they now looking to throw the Venge into a core role, or are they looking to go maybe Marana core? Because what we've seen for the majority is 4-position Marana.
So Toby can play this as a position 3. I think most of the time Magnus will end up being Boom's hero for this lineup. But Shad has played position 1 Venge before. But then I think you kind of have 2 position 4s with the Venge, and it's a little bit awkward. So I think it's more likely to be Toby Marana 3 with the Rubik 4, and then Mag mid, Venge 5, and then you need to pick their carry still. But it's it's still open. They have last pick overall in the draft, so they don't have to commit to anything yet.
Yeah. So they ban the Lifestealer. If I'm FlyToMoon, I think I just ban the TB, right?
Potentially.
Why not just cover your bases? And
yeah, I think Void is still a good pick though as well for Viking. Like you have really good team fight then with RP and Chrono, and it's another melee hero that works well with Empower as well.
So let's see where these last bans go. It'll be interesting to see. A lot of 1 positions banned out. I think Meepo gets banned. Okay.
Yeah, they could potentially go something like Ursa as well, I think, but I don't know how much I like that. At least the Toby what I assume is Toby offlane Marana. It's a hero that can hit the egg, right? Like you were saying. So that's pretty good. I hope it's Marana core though, because I really enjoy seeing that hero played as a core. I'm not sure it's always good, but it's fun to watch.
You think maybe they just go to the Phantom Assassin on Viking?
They could do, yeah. Go for that Battle Fury build. I mean, I know he has mag, but I still don't know if that's enough to deal with the PL, because the empower effect on the PA is so small.
Ban
So
that
you're
Queen of
looking for.
Pain.
I think they're probably looking for Iceberg's hero here, right? On FlyToMoon, you would assume. It's probably going to be General Brew, Phoenix 4, Bane 5, PL1. And I'm thinking of heroes that are still left in the pool, like DP he enjoys playing, potentially. Could be okay.
Lena could be okay.
Yeah, Kunkka as well, I think is pretty good.
Yeah, Kunkka gives you that control, gives you, Ghost Ship and everything. Tiebringer's always nice.
Because I think they lack a little bit of catch potentially on FlyToMoon, which Kunkka kind of solves for them, like with the X.
I think, okay. I wasn't thinking Zeus, that's for sure.
I mean, Iceberg also likes this hero though as well. Again, it also kind of half covers them against the TV in case it does come out. That raw magic damage is really strong.
But they just need Zeus to sit back pretty far. They've got Swap now. They'll probably get a Blink Dagger on this Magnus. Like,
I don't know.
If he gets stunned up by Rubik, he's done.
They struggle to get on top of the Zeus though. Overall,
yeah.
Like Iceberg can stand so far back in these fights, and they don't really get on top of him.
So they just go back classic.
Okay, so I thought about this too, but I don't know how much I like this, because the Brewmaster, like we talked about, they've got one damage source, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like. It's this DOTA, and what's going to happen until she gets a BKB, she's going to be thrown up in the air over and over again. Brewmaster's probably going to go Halberd as well. PL gets Diffusal, and you can just run at the DOTA over and over again. And again, it's not a hero that gets on top of the Zeus. Yeah. So like, it gives them a kind of like a hero that they can play around as a team, and it gives them that kind of win condition hero almost. But I don't know how much I like it in this game specifically, but it is Venge DOTA, right? So who cares how much you like it if they just start running down lanes together as 5 anyway?
Yeah, I worry about this Medusa. And Toby's on the Mirana. Okay, like you said, yeah. So 3 Mirana. I don't know if I really like that either.
No.
It just seems... I don't know.
I think...
The draft's all over the place.
I think this Zeus pick feels pretty free to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't know how much they can pressure the PL up in the top lane. Like this PL Bane lane feels really good. I know they have Rubik Mirana, so it's like they have lift into Arrow, which is quite nice and stuff. But I'm very unsure. And I wonder if do they put Mag safe lane potentially and put DOTA mid? I feel like you want to put Mag mid still. They also really need the Ancients protected on Viking actually.
Mm-hmm.
If they can get like good Ancient stacks going, because Mag and DOTA can both take them, you probably want to give them to the DOTA, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some really like early rotations from especially the Phoenix and the Brewmaster to try and find these Ancient stacks and whatnot and contest them early on. Because I think if they give away these Ancients for free, this massive spike in net worth that Viking gain could be so huge for them as a lineup.
So we'll see how this game goes. I like FlyToMoon's lineup right now.
Prepare for battle.
I truthfully think it's one of the better lineups we've seen out of them.
Yeah.
Get a quick pause. No surprise, I feel like we've been getting pauses every time.
Does Yamich usually play 4 for Viking?
Yeah.
I thought they had... When did they get rid of Aramis? I didn't even know. I'm pretty sure... I can't remember who played for them yesterday now.
Aramis played for them yesterday, because I was getting told I was saying his name wrong.
Yeah, okay, so they are using a stand-in. Right, okay. So that's... I feel like Aramis is such a big part of their lineup, though, actually, as well. I think he's like a really big playmaker for them, so it'll be interesting to see how they do without him.
What an amazing thing.
I'm a bit surprised. I didn't know that he was standing. I didn't even realize because we weren't
production is saying
or anything.
Production is saying they hope Aramis is back for the second game, so I'm not sure where he is. But
okay.
Fingers crossed we get to see them as their full 5 roster at some point today. We've had quite a few stand-ins this tournament so far, actually. Kuroki's not playing. Always Wanna Fly had some problems yesterday.
Crit standing.
Crit standing. Yeah, like, it's quite a few.
Yeah. Anybody else? I don't think so.
Oh, we should probably say Crit was standing in, actually.
Well, yeah, they're out.
Oh, hello. It's actually started boots on this Bane. That's interesting.
Wow. That's pretty greedy.
And it's greedy, but he can also trade really well up against the Rubik and the Mirana, though, right? With, like, just by running at them and brain sapping and constantly poking.
30 seconds to battle.
So they are going to put the Deuce safe lane, though. Put the Magnet. I think that's to be expected, but I wonder how well this Deuce does up against the Brewmaster in lane.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't steal mana anymore with the Mystic Snake, but it is still an annoying slow.
The battle begins.
And, Deuce has a decent attack animation and whatnot to work with.
So Iceberg on the Zeus. I'm a little worried about the Zeus, but maybe my worry's misplaced. You know, I really feel like Viking might be able to get on top of this Zeus if he's not too careful.
I don't know, I think it depends. Like, I think if he dies a couple of times early on, he might struggle. But if he has a good start to the game, who was it? XM, the Zeus player in China that played really well.
Yeah,
I think if you see anything like that, then it feels like a really good Zeus game to me. Because like you have the percentage damage from the static field as well up against Dusa, which is really nice.
So right now Magnus 4-0, Zeus 4-0. We'll see how General does in this lane. General definitely felt like a bit of a weak spot in Game 2 yesterday.
Yeah, potentially, but I think when he has a bad game for FlyToMoon, I think that indicates a lot of the time that they are struggling. Like, because I think he's a massive amount of the playmaking potential for FlyToMoon. Like, you know, especially on his Bat Riders and his Clockworks and things.
Phoenix getting a little bit low there, down towards bottom. Always want to fly, forced to pop that salve. Toby, meanwhile, he's 5-1. You compare that to General's 9-2. It's definitely not great.
Yeah, I think their side lanes are a little bit difficult in the early levels, though, on Viking. Like, as they get more levels online and stuff, it gets a little bit easier, but especially this top lane, like, Deuce Avenger's okay. They have a lot of burst damage early on with the stun of the Snake, but they can't really stop the Brew from farming. And this Bane is such a big lane winner up in the top lane.
Yeah, no surprise, honestly. Level 1, he's gotten into the Brain Sap, has level 2 available where he takes in Feeble. Now Solari's in trouble. First blood looking likely here for FlyToMoon. One more shot from General to get the kill. Shad even thrown on the Mystic Snake won't be enough.
Now, we saw this from RMN yesterday as well, and I was really unsure why he took in Feeble at level 2, but maybe it's just the norm now. Maybe because you don't have the mana to use Nightmare in lane or something, there's no point in leveling it up. Interesting. I'll have to ask somebody about that after the game. I am unsure.
Just quick magic missile. Down bottom once again, though, at Yamich. As well as Toby, Toby's having a bit of a struggle here.
Top lane as well, they're going on Celery.
Not well. And Solari in trouble once again. Toby taking a bit of damage over towards bottom. The Enfeeble as well as the right
So
click's
much
coming
damage
in
with
from
the
Dance. Just needs one more. If he can find him, he's got him. And, oh, God, he pops the salve and then just dies. Right click into the Brain Sap.
This is so cool, actually, from General. He's built a really early urn in this lane, so that he, in comparison, like in conjunction, sorry, with the Cinder Brew, He's going to do a huge amount of damage over time here. I haven't seen this yet. That's actually pretty interesting. 4 minutes runes are about to spawn here as well. Bane securing the top side. Phoenix securing the bot side. And Yamish might be in trouble here. He has a dive.
Yeah, Cruise Dive right on top, Fable used, but I don't know if it's going to matter. Burn him out with the Spirits. Right click's trying to die himself to Ancients, but not there in time, and all of a sudden it's 3-0 in favor of FlyToMoon and already 1,000 net worth ahead. And, I mean, this is kind of what I was expecting from FlyToMoon to put up in their previous series.
Oh, he just... Okay. Yeah, same. He just denied himself to tower, though. So... At least Yamashita gets the gold, but he gets no XP off of it. Solari top lane again with this urn. There's just so much damage.
And he's dead once more. Solari dead for the 3rd time already, and it's just 5 minutes into the game. So he ends up going down. You've got another kill here in this top lane.
Like, these side lanes aren't getting massive... Well, I say they're not getting massively well. They're out-CSing them, but, like... This PL is now having no regen down in the bot lane. He has to get salved up by his Phoenix by the looks of it. So he's going to be able to just keep on poking away here, but the Morana's the one I'm really struggling to understand here. Like,
Even I.
Already forced to leap out. Always want to fly, though. Not the easiest time, taking a bit of damage. Oh, leap forward, Starstorm. Always want to fly, will die. Toby now leaps away, but there's the Thunder God's Wrath to get the kill. They're going to look at Yamich, too. V2, not a lot of mana, so not sure how long he wants to commit on to this one, but 1,000 net worth lead still, and all of a sudden, well, Iceberg, he gets kill over in the bottom lane, and he's got the bottle, he's got the boots, and he's 32-8 compared to the Magnus, who is 41-6, but I'm not sure how much of that from Boom is from the jungle.
Yeah, and that was a really well timed by Iceberg there. He just hit level 6 as that Morana went in on the PL, so instantly gets that Thunder God's Wrath kill paying off. That's really nice for him. And really well played by Aloha Dance. He spots out the ward there by moving under the tower to check where it can attack. So he's going to find that ward relatively soon when he gets himself without Sentry.
He might want to just go in on a Boom. Aloha Dance, he's sitting here level 4. Wow.
That's it's pretty good going, isn't it? But that was because, you know, the change in the XP from kills. They can actually get the kill on the Venge 3 times top, and all of a sudden it's like, well, I'm level 4 now, at like 5 minutes into the game. And Deuce's had to go back to the jungle already. She's level 5.
Yeah, now General just has this free lane up towards top. He's already level 6. Medusa, anything that Medusa wants to do may not work out. Bring Zap comes in, right clicks through into Solari, and burns out from General. Aloha Dance thought about taking that kill.
This Deuce jungling reminds me of some really awful pub games I've had in the past.
Radiant structures
All
are
my pub
fortified.
games are awful.
Yeah. Reminds me of one of my many games I've had
Dire's top tower
recently.
is under attack.
I still have not gotten over losing 5 straight double downs.
Radiant's
that's
middle
pretty
tower
sad.
is under attack.
She's going for Midas on the Deucer though,
Dire's top tower
interestingly
is under
enough.
attack.
But
Is that going to work out in their favor? Like, this is already looking like a fast-paced game from FlyToMoon, and that's because they've had such a good early game. Bane taking a lot of damage. Aloha Dance, he is in no man's land over here.
he's just trying to come and contest the sacks, but there's just 3 heroes here on top of him.
Under attack.
But it means that they could probably going to lose this top tier 1 here on the Dire side. It's not good. Like,
Strength renewed, purpose with it.
they need to protect their towers as long as they can to keep this jungle alive for these 2 really greedy cores and the Mag and the Deucer.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
So, Brewmaster, level 7 now, General. They get the top tier 1. This is going to cut down the map where Medusa has the options of farming Aloha Dance, coming back to the mid lane. That'll fill up the Zeus's bottle. So Iceberg continuing to just farm here. He's not the highest in the net worth. That's actually General, but he's right there with the Magnus. It's going into that Echo Saber early.
Look at General with the trees. He's just looking for celery. He's like, I know he's here somewhere.
Vigorous dive away from Yamich as well as Toby. Toby's sitting level 7, so he's keeping up with General in terms of experience. Actually leading. Just needs to be a little bit careful. Yamich throws out that Fable. And V-Tune needs to back off towards the lane. RP, that gets committed, and that's committed for Aloha Dance. I don't know if that's necessary for a kill onto a Bane.
I think that's fine, honestly. Like, just because this mag wants to be jungling a lot of the time anyway. So you just, like, blow the RP to get any kill you can, really. But Aloha Dance is trying to, like, find these ancient stacks a lot of the time. They have 2 observer wards on exactly the same place, by the way, on the Dire side. Like, almost. There's one on that high ground protecting the ancients, and there's one on the low ground right next to it. It's interesting.
Also protecting the agents. General goes past the tier 1 tower. Boom, as well as Yamich nearby. Yamich level 5. Just level 6 yet.
Toby bot as well.
Steal. Meanwhile, Toby getting chased. Always want to fly. Goes down to the tower, but Iceberg with another kill with the Thunder God's Wrath. He'll take it. Toby dead for the 2nd time.
Really big Thunder God's Wrath timing, though, because it means the Mirana gets no XP from that Phoenix kill, because there was nobody nearby. Because the Mirana dies first, so that feels pretty good.
So Harry
Do with more of that.
on the run. Doesn't want to die for a 5th time here, but it's looking very probable. The tip before the kill, and then the Observer reward getting taken out. Iceberg with a big chunk of gold going his way.
Nightmare mid.
Very happy about that, as the Nightmare does come out over mid. They have the lockdown on the Boom, but nothing to follow it up with.
I assumed more people were coming over when that Nightmare went off, I'll be honest. Have I must have told you my Iceberg story before.
No?
About in the lift. Have I not told you about this?
I think I've heard it, but
Okay, hang on. There's a fight. Oh, the split mid.
Yeah, split gets used, and the arrow's coming through from Toby. Boom, now he'll skewer back one of the Panda Bears.
Oh, the Panda's
stun
just
out,
died.
as well as the Fiend's Grip on a Toby, and Toby's gonna go down. He'll take the Fiend's Grip, steal it, but Yamich not gonna survive long enough to use it. Down goes Toby, down goes Yamich. Another 2 kills here for FlyToMoon. Up 10-5, 3k lead this early on.
And yeah, like, look where DOTA is straight away. She realizes that if she doesn't start taking these ancient stacks now, they're not even going to go for it. I really worry for them here that these ancient stacks are going to disappear to the other team. I guess it's only a 2 stack at the moment, but I think General's probably going to...
3 stack.
Are they not going to come over and look, at least?
General spots it
Yeah, here you go.
and pings it. Yeah, they need to try and contest that.
I don't know if Shad went over and took a stack of it already or not. I didn't see, but... Oh no, he's got Midas off cooldown. He has no jungle to use it on. Go, Shad, go.
Massive Pitus, of course.
Nice. He does it.
Gets it now off cooldown. They need to be careful, yeah. Observer were taken out by Solari, and gonna try and stack it once again. Yeah, there it is. So I believe a 4 stack now.
It's a little bit difficult for them to come and contest it without the split being up, though. I think that's the biggest problem they have here. So they're probably not going to be able to come over and do it in time.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to contest. This is big. Massive.
Oh, the
for
Fade
Shad.
Bolt's nice.
Massive
Yeah, he's
for
gonna-
Shad here.
He's going to get a huge amount of net worth from this. This is what I mean, though. I'm so surprised they're just letting them do this for free. Because it's the only way they can play this game to try and keep the DOTA farmed. Maybe they feel like if they're farming the rest of the map at the same time and pushing lanes out, then it's okay for them. But... unsure.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
So what does Boom have? Okay, so he's got the Seiko Saber working towards the blink.
Thunder God's Wrath. Toby
Oh,
hit with
and
Fiend's Grip. And General, another easy. He's dominating. 4-0-3.
He's fine, but the Zeus is top of net worth, dude. Like, with this bots and Veil, like, he has Faded Brooch as well, so he's so fast, actually, with the boots of travel.
Are scanning.
Jesus.
I think when he gets this Axe, this Zeus is going to be such a massive problem.
Always want to fly. He gets stunned with the magic missile. Here comes Iceberg. He doesn't exactly have a lot of mana to play with, but he gets that Veil off as well as a bit with that lightning bolt. Supernova Solari comes over and Solari dies.
The damage of the Cinder Brew and Urn is crazy, actually.
Midas for general too. Jesus, he's got that blink dagger now.
Yeah, he went for Midas straight away after the Urn boost. So like, he was so farmed like from minute 1. So the fact he gets that Midas so quickly is going to enable him to farm everything else quicker afterwards, right? With this early Midas pickup. So big things expected from general.
Yamich, did he just play the Phantom Lancer right there?
I didn't see.
I don't know if you saw that, but he stole Doppelganger, sent an illusion back,
no.
stayed still with, I think, another illusion and tricked the Phantom Lancer. But also Magnus was TPing it, to be fair.
Okay, he's just running away then.
I wasn't sure if he got the trick on him. Nightmare, and the Primal Split. DOTA already using that. Stone Gaze now stunned up. There's the swap. Solari dead again, potentially, as he gets stunned one more time, and he's in the Moonlight Shadow. I don't think they see him. RP used
on the PL
on a V-Tune, and V-Tune low, in some trouble, ends up dead. Magic Missile coming in and getting the kill. That is a bit sloppy from FlyToMoon.
Yeah, really good job from Viking. They're playing around this high ground vision. Not high ground vision, but playing around the high ground that they have, right? Like, hello, how dance?
Skewer, Shockwave, kill there on a dance. They're still looking for more Iceberg thrown out as much as he can with the Arc.
They want
Lightning as well as
Iceberg.
Lightning Bolt, but you really don't want to give up Iceberg. But General blinks in. Thunder God's Wrath is used. They get the kill into Toby. Iceberg stolen. Thunder God's Wrath. God, Yamich, man. He is on it.
I mean, the fact that they used Split there and didn't get anything for it because they didn't have vision for the Moonlight Shadow is really bad for them. Because without the Split, they don't really have any team fight on FlyToMoon. Like, you have to be so careful. And now all of a sudden, this DOTA with the Midas and taking that ancient stack before is top of the net worth by 900 gold. And I don't understand why this DOTA isn't building towards an Axe. Like, he's going Aether Lens, but...
The late Axe seems, like a sketchy territory. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't get it, then it's a problem.
It's not that the Aether Lens is a bad item at all, though. Like,
no.
Maybe he just feels like he doesn't have enough setup on his team to make use of the Nimbus, but I feel like it's still always pretty good, right?
Yeah, I agree. Solari Shad, Icarus dive over, catches that vision. Where's General at? He's got that blink dagger. He's going boost travel. He is so farmed.
I'd actually like to see him pick up a Crimson Guard at some point in this game, up against the DOTA. I think if you can reduce a lot of her damage coming through, you go like Crimson Guard AC or something.
They looking
maybe even
smoke here.
Oh, I mean I don't know why they would, but
they set up like they were going to, with Solari having that smoke boom coming over and looking with Shad.
Dire are scanning.
Meanwhile, they are pressuring up. They're going into the jungle. General Dance always want to fly over in the jungle. They get the smoke out.
Tower is under attack.
And Damage and Boom come over. Lightning Bolt, Icarus dive into Supernova immediately. Thunder God's Wrath gets used, and they're right in the Moonlight Shadow, so they get nothing from it.
It's so awkward though, right? Because they have nothing to pair with the egg. Like, they have no catch. It's just Fiend's Grip. So whenever this egg goes down, Vikings just keep running away. And there's nothing they can do. It's not like they have a Maga, like, Phoenix, or an Axe Phoenix, or a Centaur Phoenix. Shad's in no man's land here. They have a swap available.
They might even just hold the Fiend's Grip. Swap comes in on Iceberg. They want to bring him close to Shad, but now, there it is again. The Thunder God's Wrath that was stolen by the Rubik.
Iceberg's in trouble
And dead. They get the kill onto the Zeus. They look over to Hadit's as always want to fly. who will back away. They might even end up losing Yamich as General's still in here. One more shot will get the kill, but he loses his life. I don't know if that... yeah, that's not worth it.
It's not worth it, but it's a massive power play. That's the big thing. Yeah, they have a great lineup overall on the Radiant side, but they have no catch. So like they can't utilize this lead because they can't find any kills. And Viking makes sure that they're always as 5 ready for a big fight when it's going to kick off. And this Deuce is getting so big now. RP mid.
Gets used, and can they get anything out of this?
Oh
yes,
my
they
God.
can. They got a little HUD dance and V-Tune.
This is
FlyToMoon.
Radiant's middle tower
Oh, boy.
has fallen.
This is getting out of control. Like
Yeah, this is Spiral.
they're all farmed on the Radiant side, but like there's a Midas on the there's like Midas bots on the Brewmaster, there's bots on the Zeus, so like a lot of the net worth advantage that they had is in items that don't necessarily help them fight. Like imagine if like Brewmaster had a Halberd at this point instead of like I don't know, like bottle bots or whatever. Like they'd be so much stronger in these engagements, or if they had like the Nimbus on the Zeus, so they had like at least some little bit of catch.
The prize is mine.
This is not feeling good if you're FlyToMoon right now.
I think we have to remember though that if Viking want to win this game, at some point they're going to have to go high ground against the Zeus. And they have no catch, right? Like to get on top of the Zeus when the Zeus is defending. So the key thing for them is finding Iceberg every single fight, which they've been doing a good job of at the moment. But it's not reliable, right? Like, just because they've done it before, it doesn't mean they can definitely do it again.
Radiant's
BKB,
bottom
once you get the
tower is
BKB on the
under attack.
Medusa, like things are going to get very tough
Radiant
for
structures are
FlyToMoon.
fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
V-Tune,
Radiant's
pushing the
bottom
top tier
tower is
2.
under attack.
See if they can grab this tower. Iceberg, he's now going for the Ags, but is the timing too late? You missed your opportunity on a couple of big exchanges where
Radiant's
you come up
bottom tower has
empty-handed.
fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, Brew is going Halberd. Okay, nice. They need something to deal with the Deuces. So I was talking about the Crimson Guard, but Halberd's fine. Like,
So is Phoenix, by the way.
yeah, they need to just stop this Deucer from doing damage. So they're going to have double Halberd, and they're going to have the Storm Panda chucking her up in the air. But Deucer already has this BKB queued up. Like, she understands she's going to need it at some point against this Brewmaster and the Halberds. So might as well just go for it now. They're going to start tapping on this tier 3 top.
Yeah, they're staying on the high ground.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Not backing off just yet.
Dire's top tower
TP's
is
finally
under
coming in.
attack.
They've taken about a fourth of the health of the tower out, and they will steal the Drunken Brawler.
Radiant's
Ninja
bottom
Rubik
tower
coming
is
through.
under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dude, this new 50 base damage talent on Rubik is so funny against certain heroes. When you still like enchant totem and things, you do so much more damage. It's absolutely hilarious. Like when you can still like Sleight of Fist and like the Boundless Strike and stuff. I know it's not viable, but in some games it's really funny.
I mean, I would take that over 150 health, I feel like.
Dire's top tower.
Well, not
is
if you're
under
playing like
attack.
you definitely take the health this game, but like
Really?
yeah, for sure.
Already have a Bracer.
But like he's not clicking anybody this game really.
Yeah, but
Oh, RP?
150 health doesn't seem
Really
like
good
much,
catch.
and now the RP comes in. That's going to be out on Aloha Dance as well as General. They've got the telekinesis, but he hasn't gotten killed yet. The Sunray's there. They'll keep him alive into the Primal Split. They'll go. The Supernova goes down. Aloha Dance. There it is. Cyclone out on the Medusa. Aloha Dance ends up dying. They've got the Rubik down low. The Sunray again coming in from Always Wanna Fly. Can they get the kill on a Yamich? Yes, they can. So Yamich ends up
Here
dead. They've
comes
got
the
Sun on
Zeus.
Always Wanna Fly. And now here comes the rest of the team from the side of FlyToMoon. They get the kill on the Toby. They look over at Solari. Always Wanna Fly finally falls. Shad in trouble. Shad out of mana, but can Shad survive? They look with Boom. Boom, he's low on mana as well. Iceberg gets away from the hands of Magnus. They get the kill on the Shad. They look over at the Magnus. They've got themselves the Lightning Bolt. Can they get him from TPing away? No, they can't. So it's a 4 for 2 at FlyToMoon, and they finally win an exchange.
And they finally managed to take a fight where they make the Deucer do absolutely nothing, right? Like, they just throw her up in the air twice in a row, and she's taken out the fight completely. And then you saw, they have no damage. So like they can't kill anybody unless they have that DOTA up and available. Like Magnus does an okay amount, but they lack that like massive punch, right? Like Toby's okay, but like he's only got Greaves. He's not really his job to be right-clicking people, right? And it's only going to get harder when the halberds come out as well.
Which they're about to be here for multiple heroes. Like both Phoenix and Brew are close.
Shadows.
4K lead, back up. Just with that one fight, they finally get advantage of. And you look, they have finally Sentry Vision down. They were able to spot them. Moonlight Shadow didn't end up being the save all for Viking GG.
I just saw the Bane taunt there because he denied a rune, and I instantly knew what voice line was going to be coming out. Jesus. They seem to be a little bit worried at the moment. They're not really sure where they are. So they're just holding their high ground at the moment on Viking.
Toby.
Dire are
Toby doesn't have
scanning.
anything queued up. He's got 1,000 gold.
Gold for my tower.
What does he go for? That's a great point.
Would it be worth getting a rod?
No, I don't think so. Maybe... Does he want to scale with magic damage? Or like, does he want to just go for like a Hex at some point this game? He could go like Lotus Orb or something for the DOTA as well, which might be quite nice. Or like Solar Crest potentially.
They do end up stealing Brain Sap, but, well, Aloha Dance is dead. They've got the Nimbus down. Boone taking a lot of damage. Icarus dive over,
Nice
has the disarm on the Medusa. Solari in trouble, gets killed off by VTune. Now they look over at Boom, General on the back lines. Now the RP is used. Oh, he got the Primal Split off. I'm not sure it's going to matter. General ends up dead. They'll use the Stone Gaze. Turning to stone, though, is always on a fly. Enjoys that ELO song way too much and ends up dead to Shad.
I don't know what General was doing there. I mean, he just went in. He's crazy, dude. Like, I know he wants this mag, but you have to respect this RP, right? Like, they can kill your Brewlings. They're not massively tanky. They have the AoE splash damage from the mag, and they also have the DOTA split shot.
Does he go Axe?
Who, the Brewmaster?
Yeah.
I'd like to see him go for an AC or something instead, I think. I talked about Crimson before, potentially, as well.
Dagger finally here for Yamich, who...
What?
Wait. Bottom? Alright. I
That's-
mean, no RP. They still get that kill on the Zeus.
I mean, they use the Moonlight Shadow, but, like... I didn't expect it still. Toby's going Yules, by the way, on Mirana, which is okay. I don't mind that. I thought he might go for something more utility-based, like the Solar Crest or the Pipe, but... I think the Yules is still nice. Ready to set up for that arrow. Especially when you're playing against this PL, right? Like, if you can ever use the Yules on him, catch him with an arrow flying through for when he lands, like, he can't get the Doppelganger off before he gets stunned up, so... Pretty farm though on this PL now. Just finishes up the Skadi. Or Skadi, as you would say.
That is how I say it. Scotty.
Skadi.
That would be forever that way. General
Ducey
hiding
for
in
Midas
Roche.
up.
Going MKB for the Dusa.
Shad just killed the creep when he had Midas up.
Passive Midas, man. Or, oh, sorry, Massive Midas.
Jesus. Unacceptable.
Level 21 has that Stone Gaze duration up. Zeus, meanwhile, only level 17. V-Tune about to hit that level 20. Probably goes the Phantom Rush range. And now the Blink with the Shockwave and the Skewer. Aloha Dance way out of position now, but they've got themselves with Thunder God's Wrath as well as the Nimbus down. They're getting the kill on the Solari. Now they look over as the BKB's been popped by this Medusa. Looking forward, Telekinesis out onto the Phoenix. Always want to fly. Trust Icarus dive away.
Oh, he cancelled
but
the
I
dive.
believe it got canceled. Yeah, they get the kill on Always Want to Fly. And now, again, Viking GG. Oh, they get themselves a little bit of a lead.
I think Always Want to Fly accidentally cancelled it himself. Like, if you spam the button really hard, it cancels it straight away. And they just can't seem to get onto their priority targets at the moment. Like, it's just Fiend script, right?
Are scanning.
Yeah, basically.
They need to be able to kill the Deuce before she pops her ult. And it's so difficult when, you know, like, Celery's going to be sitting behind him with Swap.
Radiant's middle tower is
They have the
under attack.
RP to come through as well.
Are they going to try for this Roche?
I mean, they can. There's no Stone Gaze up right yet. Oh, okay, it's back up again now. Never mind. I was lying. This is so risky, though. Here comes Producer.
About half health. Illusion's going over. V-Tune sending these illusions outside the Roche pit. Doppelganger on the opposite side of the wall. Now they've got themselves the Nimbus down. Solarian in a lot of trouble with the Sunray coming through. They'll get the kill on this Venge.
It doesn't
So
matter.
they've taken out a stun. They've taken out a swap. And now all of a sudden things become a bit more problematic for Viking GG. But I say that. FlyToMoon out of the pit. Viking GG still holding strong.
They still have the Venge Death Illusion with the Vlads on it, right? So it just doesn't matter that the Venge dies there.
The bounty which my matriarch will prize.
Run, Celery!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Still looking over. Yamich, Sunray, RP immediately to the Supernova.
Oh, the egg,
He's
though.
been disarmed. Perfectly done there by the side of FlyToMoon. Now they go into the Moonlight Shadow, but I don't know if this is going to work out. They've got the Sentry Ward down for the Radiant side. V-Tune thinking about going in. They look over at Shad. They're
They
trying
need
to
to
take
get
out
the
this
Aegis.
Roche.
They
They
need
get
to
the
get
kill
the
on the Yamich. Now they look over at Boom. Boom getting low. The Starstorm is there. The Aegis picked up by Shad. They get the Aegis onto the Medusa. They've got themselves Boom low. They'll get the kill onto this Magnus. But now with the Primal Split, can they get anything more from this? Shad trying
He's
to TP out.
No way.
Oh my God! Iceberg stops the TP. They'll buy back on Boom. Shad now low on mana. There's the Nightmare, but a lot of these heroes on the side of FlyToMoon are low on health, so they can't really commit to
have
this,
Sunray up
especially
again.
with Boom coming back. But there's the Sunray. Shad starting to burn low. Can this turn around for the side of Viking GG? They'll lose the Aegis. V-Tune, he's sitting low. General off screen. He's killed off by Boom. The rest of the team's coming in. So now you might have to take what you've been given and go.
Big fight for FlyToMoon, though, because they managed to get the buyback off on the Magnus. But,
Nimbus,
Toby-
they're looking. They're going to try and go for
Toby?
this. Toby, way too far. He ends up dead. Now let's swap Solari. Excuse me? They've got the
They just
sleep on
sleep
Medusa. Oh, they'll look forward. Spirit Lance out at to Shad. Boom.
With the
How
disarm.
confident can you be in this one? You don't have RP for 50 seconds. V-Tune getting low. The Nimbus is there. They'll use the BKB. The Skewer comes in. But now, boom, you've set yourself up into a pretty poor position. Shockwave, Doppelganger once again. They've got the Fable coming through from Yamish.
got
to
the
get the kill
PL,
on
though.
the V-Tune now. They've got themselves the kill on the Phantom Lancer. He's there for 80 seconds without buyback. Aloha Dance falls afterwards. Stone Gaze used. Iceberg in trouble. The Stolen Nightmare from Yamish allows them to get the kill on an Iceberg. They take out the Zeus. The only one alive is the Phoenix of Always Wanna Fly. And Viking GG, it looks like it
Radiant's top
almost
tower is
all
under
fell
attack.
apart there.
Radiant structures are
Jeez.
fortified.
This PL is really struggling to deal with the Deucer now because of the split shot and the Mjolnir. Like, she's cleaning through the illusion so quickly.
Radiant's middle tower is
And
under
I'd actually really like to see her get a Butterfly instead of this Scarly, because I don't know how the PL's supposed to deal with her then. Like, he needs to get an MKB, but he's so far away from anything. They catch the Phoenix.
RP,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
technically a full
Jesus.
team wipe.
Do they really want to chip at this? I mean, Shad isn't particularly healthy here, but they're going to force buybacks.
Radiant's
Just from
top
the Phoenix,
tower
I think
is
that's
under
okay.
attack. Radiant's
That's
top
pretty good.
tower has fallen.
Here's fear in your eyes.
Radiant's top
Aloha
tower
Dance,
is
Always
under
Wanna Fly.
attack.
Everybody up here for the side of
Dire's
Fly to
bottom
Moon.
tower is
They
under
smoke
attack.
immediately. So let's see what they can do.
How good the Viking look today, though, in comparison to yesterday, it has to be said. Like, they look
Better
so much
commitment.
more, like, convincing with their, like, moves every single time. Even if they do something wrong, like, they're doing it together as a unit, which is so important that they're all on the same page.
And that's with the stand-in.
It sounds easy, but it's just not, right? Like, I mean, Yamich as a stand-in has played so incredibly well this game.
Basher picked up for the Phantom Lancer. Going full Abyssal.
I really hope, like, DOTA waits to see him. You know, if she sees him, like, pick up this Basher, I'm wondering whether she will change her mind with her item choice. Because, like, Scardy's not bad, necessarily, but I feel like this Butterfly makes game, like, would make PL's game so hard.
Die hungry.
Feels like that's the first Thunder God's Wrath that they've used for vision. Or strictly vision.
Yeah. Because they're in the jungle, they're trying to find something there, right? When this DOTA gets 25, by the way, if she takes the split shot, uses modifiers, all the illusions are going to die straight away to this Mjolnir. Like, because they can individually proc on every single hit. And all the illusions are just going to vanish every single time.
And is picked up for the Zeus. I'll get delivered
Dire
back.
are scanning.
$4K lead for Viking GG. It's not exactly out of their hands just yet, but they need to be able to take out this Medusa. Would have been more conservative with the fact that Boom still has his buyback on cooldown for another 3 minutes 30 seconds.
I think the next Roche is the big one for both these teams, though. Like,
Yeah.
yes, they don't have the edges at the moment, so like either teams, because they lost it so quickly before on the DOTA, but like this, they might take somehow take a fight before it, but I think the Roche is the huge one, because like it's Aegis and Cheese, so if the DOTA can get both of them, the Cheese is so good on her. Pio is going to go back for that MKB now, after picking up the Basher, by the looks of it.
I think
He's a little bit worried about... Yeah, I think he was worried about the Butterfly and the DOTA especially as well, but... the Scardy's good on DOTA, like, obviously, but... Like, having that much HP and mana pool added onto you when you have Mana Shield is obviously always going to be really good, but...
Unseen, not unseen.
It does make her a lot more difficult to kill. Maybe because she's, like, got the Mjolnir, she's not so worried about her damage output that she has to build the Butterfly. Maybe she's more worried about the survivability and things, right?
Medusa right now, yeah, we'll finish off the Scotty.
She's about to hit 25 as well, which I think is the most important thing.
Yeah, Vichi's still a level off of that 25. Or, like, a level off from being into 25.
Yeah, and there's the modifiers talent. This is going to get pretty scary.
General looking for a BKB. You've got Phoenix who is looking for the Shivas, but that is far and away. And then, as we said, Phantom Lancer going into the MKB.
This game's slowed down so much, though. It's crazy. Like, it was like so back and forth early on, but both teams are really afraid to make a mistake now, right? Like, it's so difficult to push up into the DOTA and ever take a fight. You need to make sure you have the vision control to get onto the backlines and things first. So, like, like we talked about, you throw the DOTA up in the air, you focus everybody else first, and then go back to the DOTA again. Oh, Ninja Gear. That's yeah, that's definitely an guide for the smoke.
Medusa's got a level. That feels so good as they get the kill on the Toby. V-Tune gets credit there. Toby's got buyback. So if they're going to try and fight this, they might buy back with him, but there's nowhere to really enter this fight across the river quickly.
They just want to hold the high ground here on Viking, like you see. And this is what I mean, it's so difficult for FlyToMoon to push into that high ground when there's a DOTA on the other team. Spell Prism. Do they give that to Rubik potentially, I guess? I don't know. It's actually not awful on DOTA either, but...
He's almost got hags on this Rubik.
One will do the damage of two.
Oh my. Yamich has been doing work.
Is nobody taking the Spell Prism? That's interesting. Okay.
We got the telekinesis on to V2, boom. He blinked forward, but he didn't get the RP off. Now he's been disarmed with the BKB Popeye. Boom.
Oh, they see
Chris dive back. V2 on the run. Fable comes in. V2 in trouble. Sunray on him. They'll get the kill onto the Phantom Lancer. Supernova gets popped. They've got the disarm as well as the Nightmare. Boom trying to get the kill onto this egg, but it does end up going off. They Chris dive away.
It doesn't matter.
Should give them the exit they need. And... Ooh, interesting. V2 bought the Javelin, sold the Javelin. Not sure about it yet.
He just needs to hold for buyback, that's why. Like, he needs to make sure that, like, especially if this Roche spawns, that he can get back into the fight. Because if you give this Deuce to the Aegis, I don't know how they're supposed to deal with it. Like, one life is difficult enough, but 2 is crazy.
Yeah,
and it's
we've
just
seen
about
it's
to spawn
impossible.
here. It's like 10 seconds away. Celery's just going to sit in the pit.
Dire's bottom tower
Got a
is
bit
under
attack
attack.
range.
Tips from the pit.
Oh, just at the wrong time. Are they fighting?
They're fighting.
Toby, though.
They're fighting Toby, the Thunder God.
RP?
Draft RP from Boom. Skewer, though, only had to always want to fight because the Nightmare was out onto Iceberg.
Oh, they want the Zeus with the swap, but he's so fast. Arrow. Ooh. This Yamich stolen Sunray, by the way, is insane. He's doing so much damage, so much heal. They're going to go back into the Roche pit here. They have the courier in the pit, so...
Is that right, by the way? I'm not talking out of my ass.
What's that, sorry?
Didn't get skewered because of the Nightmare?
Yeah, he didn't. It's like the Nightmare comes out at the right time. It stops all, like, everything coming through.
I just want to make sure that I just didn't miss-see that.
Regeneration.
Oh, dude, this Empower with the level 25
Jesus.
talent from Mag makes Deuce hit so hard.
Roshan
Kill
has
Yamich,
fallen
which I
to
think
the
is
battle.
pretty significant considering
don't-
he's got the Ags and he doesn't have buyback now.
I don't know why he's there. And Deuce has been slept up here, but can they really do anything?
Probably would have been better off feeling if they had themselves
Oh, the Orchid?
egg, but now
He has no
they've got the
purge.
swamp. V-Tune in trouble. Doppelgangers onto the high ground. They get, or not onto the high ground, but away from the side of Viking GG. But they're still on him. They've got the Yules. They have the control. V-Tune in trouble. Doppelganger once again trying to juke his way out, but there's just no way for him to do so. He's dead once again. 95 seconds with buyback.
That's such a sick pickup from Boom. I didn't even think about it. Like, if this... Normally the PL would go Manta, right, to purge off the Orchid, but he doesn't have one. And now General has to pop his BKB bot because of the Bloodthorn as well. That's a
Radiant's
10-second
top tower
BKB.
is under attack.
Dude, Boom has a massive brain.
Price.
Like, yeah, because the PL has no purge. There's nothing he can do with the silence.
Radiant's top
Like,
tower
I don't think they have any
has fallen.
Lotuses or anything either, right? No.
Shad is taking towers from so far away.
Hurricane Pipe?
Look at that.
Oh my god, it's a
Look at
sniper.
that range.
Are fortified.
Does the Venge have the talent? Yeah,
Dire's
she does.
structures are fortified.
And Medusa's got the leveler.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Nice, nice.
That's just
General?
ridiculous.
He has no BKB.
Boom. Oh,
Jesus.
that's balls of steel right there. Nimbus down right on the Toby. That'll try to deter them. Shad, though, still going to get the
Radiant's top
tower.
has fallen.
Oh my god, this attack range is crazy.
It's so
Radiant's
stupid.
top barracks has fallen.
It's not stupid, dude. It's fair and balanced. OS Frog.
Radiant's
Please.
top barracks are under attack.
I can't wait for them to nerf Venge.
Radiant's
That's
top
the big thing.
barracks has fallen.
Like, this hero's so good at the moment.
Then
But like, how many times did we see like
Oh
Vici
no,
and stuff
General
play
again.
this? Here's BKB
Bloodthorn,
on this side.
Skewer, BKB. Now that Nimbus is down, they've got everybody up for the side of FlyToMoon if they want to try and fight this, but the magic missile comes out of the Bane. Now the arrow follows it up. They've stunned up the Bane. He can't do anything. And the And is popped on Iceberg. They have the
Stole
swap.
Nightmare.
That swapped him in. Supernova, disarm on the Medusa. Is it enough with the BKB? Third God's Wrath comes in. Now Toby, he's going to continue to run at Iceberg. RP's used on the back lines, and that controls
Zeus is
General to
back.
get the kill. Toby ends up dead. That's going to be 2 dead on the side of Viking GG, but they've also lost the Bane as well as the Zeus. Zeus dead for 93 seconds without buyback. And now Phoenix will fall as well. 85 seconds gone. Only 2 alive for
There's
FlyToMoon.
a
And
gem on the
Viking
floor.
GG looking primed to take game 1.
I mean, do you see the PL tries to go in to fight the
Radiant's
Dusa, but
middle
whenever
tower
she's not
is under
disarmed, the
attack.
illusions just die straight away. Like, look, it's all these Mjolnir procs. They're just dead.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And she has the Aegis still as well,
Radiant's middle
remember?
barracks are under attack.
Obscure. General silenced, in trouble. Havoc hammer used, but look at General. He's just about to die. Ooh, skin of his teeth he survives at.
Oh god!
Radiant's
This attack
middle
range is
barracks
crazy.
has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks
It's
has
so
fallen.
broken.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Behind my tier 4s!
I've never seen it like quite like this before. This is crazy because they have a telescope as well. Like this attack range is mental.
V2?
The PL's almost dead.
Yeah, he's just silenced. Doppelganger to run. They got the sweep out onto the Medusa as well as the Primal split. But look at the damage being done already. BKB's been popped by Boom. And you've basically used the Primal split to try and survive.
They're just dead.
And, I mean, yeah, you've lost 2 of your bears. Yamich comes forward. Nightmare out onto the Medusa. That's Zeus up in 14 seconds if Medusa stays a little bit too far forward, but you still have the Aegis. Boom, no mana, no life, dead for 2 minutes, disarm out onto the Medusa, brain sap, that'll do it if you just get it off 15 more times.
Disarm
They've got
still,
themselves the
okay.
Spirit Lance, they're out of mana on the Medusa, the Moonlight Shadow comes in, can they even see the Medusa? Oh, thank God. Nimbus comes in, they kill the Medusa,
BKB.
but now here's a second life. Shad taking some damage, now hit.
BKB!
Oh, why would you have BKB in the Fiend's Grip? Sunray on him, can they get the kill on the Medusa?
No.
Yes, they can. Then why are you allowing yourself to get caught like that? 100 seconds gone, has buyback, but they lose Toby too. What are you doing? Oh, what? Oh my God.
I
Sorry for
understand,
laughing.
like, I understand the thought of me wanting to save the BKB, but like, just use it. Like, you're 45 minutes into the game, right? Like,
I don't think you'll be forced to buy back.
no,
But
I don't think so either. But Celery, he's
He'll die
dead.
again. Solar's illusion.
They're just farming their last tier 4 items from 8 minutes ago. Because they've just had to be sat in their base for so long. I can't believe they've managed to just like throw away the Aegis. Not even that, but like, I think if she pops BKB there and just hits the racks, I think they win the game. Like, they get megas at least, right?
Will they get megas, Mo,
Dire's
in this
bottom
game?
tower has
Or was
fallen.
that the opportunity that they missed?
I think they're still like in the driving seat, right? But now Vichu's going to have this MKB really soon, especially with this Abyssal he has as well. Like, I don't know if they can kill the Dusa, but
Dire's bottom
I'm still
tower
really
is
surprised she
under
didn't go Butterfly. Like, she has 9,000 gold and she's got it queued up now, but PL's going to have the MKB at the same time now. So, like, you've missed this window on the Dusa where you were much stronger because the PL doesn't have any True Strike.
God's Wrath.
Dire's
They took the
middle
tier
tower
3 over
has
bottom. They'll take the
fallen.
tier 2 over mid. No more outer towers remain for either side. Meanwhile, General going Divine Rapier.
Yeah,
Okay.
but he has the... Look at the level 25 talent he has. That's why he's building it. Like, the crits with the rapier damage are going to be insane.
I'm down. I'm very down. You know I love my Divine Rapiers.
I do, yeah.
Especially when he
So
gets
he
cast
does-
to NA. Eternal Envy gets like 5 a game.
And then loses them all.
So there's the butterfly. MKB gets picked
Yeah,
up
it's-
right as that comes out.
Yeah, do you see what I mean? It's at exactly the same time, right? The only thing is, the Dusa has buyback and the PL doesn't because he bought out for MKB, which I think he has to, because otherwise I don't know how they kill the Dusa. But, like, it's still risky. Because all it takes is, like, an RP or something, right? And they just kill the PL straight away.
There's the Divine Rapier.
Oh my god.
So how much is he hitting for? Quick math. 626.
Come on, you can do this. Nice. And now it's 380% crits as well.
What?
What's
Oh,
380% of 626, B-Cop? Go.
God.
It's like just over 2,000 or so.
Yeah. What were the numbers?
But obviously then there's armor and stuff as well, right? So.
626 times
He's got the
what?
calculator out, guys.
Times 380?
Oh, they're really close to each other here.
3.8.
Like, see this Bane and General and the Brewmaster hidden in the trees. They see them.
It's 2,378.8 damage.
Nice. I can't believe you did that all in your head.
Yeah. Production sees as I pulled out a calculator. An abacus. So, is V-Tune's next item a Divine Rapier of his own?
Probably, but he needs buyback first, which is the most important thing. You see they're just holding their high ground ward here. Like both teams. They're just playing around their vision.
Yeah. Nobody wanting to commit too far.
This Zeus is so fast though. He has bots flicker. Like, look at General in Roche Pit, by the way. He's chunking it.
Oh
He
my
got it down to
God.
half HP.
A refresher? Okay. Arrow?
Oh, he got arrows!
That hits General of all people! Boom! The RP! Oh no, the Aegis on the ground! Swap comes in, they've got the stun though, Boom in trouble!
The General is
Boom just
over.
dies to General! Oh my god, he just two-shot Solari! Oh my lord, General is going off! He's got the primal split, they've got 2 heroes gone, Boom doesn't have buyback, they look over at the Toby, they get themselves a third! What?
Radiant's
Creeps are
middle
taking your
tower
base,
is under
guys.
attack.
That's the Aegis on PL as well. Like, this is a problem with you playing the bottom side of the map and the Radiant playing the top side of the map.
General just did 5,000 damage in like 2 hits.
He like 4 hit the Magnus as well. Like, that was insane.
Oh my god.
Dude, OS Frog Doosa, but this brew. Which frog's gonna win, chat? Right, here it is. Here we go again. Press 1 if you think FlyToMoon are gonna win. Press 2 if you think Viking are gonna win. Yamich is just dancing in the base under a disco ball. That's where we've got to in this game. He's losing his mind. Oh, he has grip stolen though.
Dire's
That's
middle
really
tower
big.
is
Oh,
under
look, Chinese caster realizes.
Catching up to the Divine Rapier.
Come
there
on,
we
guys.
go.
Guys, you are slacking, Chinese casters. Got to open those eyes. Come on.
Dire's
So here they
middle
go.
tower
Smoke,
is under
mid.
attack. Dire's middle
Telekinesis.
tower has fallen.
Tune. They've got the disarm onto the Medusa. Can they get the damage out? They've got the swap coming in from Solari. Now they've got the Nimbus. The double Nimbus comes down as well as the Thunder God's Wrath. Shad in trouble, sitting low. Arc Lightning pushing them back. Stolen.
Oh, the
Beast
Zeus
Grip as
is
well as the swap. But he's got the Aeon Disc.
Middle tower.
Magic Missile
I think he's in
stuns him up
trouble
once
still.
again. Iceberg trying to run. The damage coming in from Shad is enough to get the kill. But the tier 4s, look at the tier 4s. They've already lost one. They go in for Always Wanna Fly. The arrow hits onto Always Wanna Fly. He doesn't have
V-Tune's in trouble.
2 minutes. V-Tune's hit with the telekinesis, so he's in the air for a long time. The doppelganger comes in as well as the nightmare. They look over at Shed. They got the BKB being powered by the Medusa, but there's a few from Aloha Dance. The Aegis, it's gonna come back up with
V-Tune's in
V-Tune
trouble.
around. General backs off, but there's the RP
RP on the
on
Brood.
General. He's controlling. He's gonna drop the Divine Rapier. V-Tune comes in. The whole rampage for Shed. Oh my lord! They have left the Divine Rapier there. GG is called immediately. They don't. Oh no, misclick. They were
they thought the
continuing.
Radiant had called
Rulebook.
GG.
Rulebook. They've got 3 buybacks. Oh my. Jesus. What? Wait.
They called GG on
Is it?
Viking.
Oh, are we calling GG? What's going on?
They called GG on Viking because they assumed the game was over before the Radiant had actually called GG. And then General just calls GG anyway. Like, dude, that's the ultimate psych play. Like, you call GG to force them to GG?
To force them to
Whoa.
disconnect and pause. Oh.
That's crazy.
my god. What a game. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at that graph.